It is extraordinary that when somebody is on holiday in Australia, they should be dominating the British news so much as Mr. Farage is doing. Yesterday, Stanley Johnson, the father of Boris, apparently asked Rishi Sunak a question about whether or not the Conservatives would open their arms to Mr. Farage, and Sunak said, "Our party has always been a broad church," and then he went on about delivering all the things that matter to people. The will of the people is one of the catchphrases of the current Rishi Sunak government, the current Conservative government, and his obsession with the illegal migrant crossings has now been displaced by an obsession with legal migration, simply because the figures are in, and his obsession with regaining the retaining the red wall seats, the seats of Lee Anderson and his crowd. I think the sooner they go, the better for everybody. Reform UK, led by Richard Tice, has promised that he's going to stand candidates in every constituency, so that will halve the Conservative vote, and that's going to clearly help Mr. Starmer in his plan to become the next Prime Minister. And, it is the most extraordinary electoral challenge. Starmer is going to have to overturn more than 150 seats in order to become the next Prime Minister with a secure election victory. That would be a bigger victory than Tony Blair, I think. It would be a bigger victory than Thatcher ever had. It would be monumental. The only other person who has overturned a large Conservative majority to become Prime Minister is Harold Wilson. He's the person that, oddly, Sir Keir Starmer doesn't mention in his litany of praise for Clement Attlee, for Margaret Thatcher, and for Tony Blair. He should have added Harold Wilson simply because Harold Wilson was such a vote winner. And that's clearly what motivates Keir Starmer at this moment. But he's also been told that he's got to reassure. Well, I would have thought a reassurance with a reference to Harold Wilson would be a very good choice. And I would have thought probably if he wanted three people to praise on Sunday, it should have been Clement Attlee, Thatcher, and Harold Wilson, rather than Tony Blair. Tony Blair is still a divisive figure in the Labour Party. So